welcome back to the Noggin Podcast. This is episode 3. So we got through the first 2 episodes without hurting ourselves too bad, and we're here for episode number 3. And episode number 3 for the Noggin Podcast is all about my first initial business, Noggin Branding. And for me, today in this podcast, we're just going to talk a little bit about how Noggin Branding came about, what we're up to right now, and kind of the future of that marketing agency, and letting you guys know kind of my thoughts, intentions, and what's been going on over the last 10 years, what's worked, what hasn't worked for me, and just kind of go from there. So welcome to the third podcast, and today we're going to go into some detail on the background of Noggin Branding. So what is Noggin Branding? Noggin Branding is my marketing agency that provides website design, search engine optimization, as well as social media marketing and management for just about any size business. So originally when I started Noggin Branding, the concept back then was to be a holistic one-stop shop for all of your branding and marketing needs. When I was in college, I was meeting other marketing agencies, and I was vetting and qualifying them and seeing what services they were offering, what price points, as well as the results that they were getting for their clients. So I went around and I asked the really dumb questions of, what does your business do? How do you guys do it? What services do you offer? How much do you charge? And it was amazing. People told me pretty much exactly what I wanted to hear. And so after college, I basically did some research. I found a way that I could package those 3 services under Noggin Branding, and I came up with different pricing packages and different service offerings within those packages. And then I started approaching different small businesses and going to networking events and getting the Noggin Branding name out into our community, into our regional kind of different counties, Whatcom County, King County, Snohomish County. And then what I was doing is driving to networking and business events all over the state of Washington, all the way down to Olympia. So basically I was going from where I live in Bellingham, which is technically the Canadian border, all the way down to the south end of the state, which is right near the Washington-Oregon state line. And so I was going to Olympia, Seattle, Snohomish, and all the way up to Bellingham where I live, and going to all these different networking events, business events, as well as I was doing speaking engagements back then, and educating people on how all this marketing and networking stuff kind of worked online. So as I was doing the networking and kind of the brand building for the first 2.5 years, a lot of people started to recognize me at these events, see my brand and services, as well as then some of the results for the clients I was working with. And so I then got a lot of initial referrals. People liked working with me. They liked some of the work that I was creating, as well as the results they were getting for their businesses and friends. And so then I got referred to a bunch of businesses in all different industries. And as I was doing that, I was really fine-tuning the service side, how much hours it would take to manage all these different accounts. And then I was basically running a CRM back in the day on all of my sales leads, all of my current accounts that I was managing, and then basically creating timed schedules so I could then log into all these different accounts I was managing each month and provide ongoing services and results. So Noggin Branding, if you go to our website here, you'll see our marketing services. So we do branding services, branding packages, marketing strategy. We do website packages, SEO packages, analytics, and tracking. And then we do social media, all of the advertising packages, and we do pay-per-click. And then you can see here some of the completed projects we've worked on. So back in the day, we've worked in a lot of different businesses and industries. We've worked with corporate entities as well as regional offices. And so we've worked with some pretty large companies in the past: Mills Electric, Remax, Constant Contact, Rotary International, Keller Williams, We've worked with Western Washington University, the Hotel Bellwether, John L. Scott, Washington State, as well as national small business development centers. And we've done speaking engagements at Whatcom Community College, as well as for Constant Contact. And so you can kind of see some of the work we've done. And here's some statistical results that we've done for the Cascade Radio group here in Washington State as well. And so this kind of gives you an overview of what we've done over the last 10 years. And you can then see those companies' websites, all of their rankings on Google, as well as their social media accounts. And so over the last 10 years, I've been really fine-tuning the approach to small businesses, as well as the offering of how they can then, even if they have marketing going, they have in-house marketing staff, or they have third-party ongoing support marketing teams, I can still come in and provide an extreme amount of value. I can track everything. I can also provide ongoing support, ongoing analytics, and help those already placed teams in executing additional projects or results. Most of the businesses we work with already have a marketing team, and we come in as additional support, and we drive up results even higher than their current marketing teams. I would say over 80% of the businesses we work with, they always say, we wish we would have hired you sooner. We've gotten our best numbers ever with working with Noggin Branding. So as you can see on our website, we have a number of different marketing services that are customized for any size business. So you can learn more about having a website and its properly ranked SEO value of that website. Here's an actual page on SEO value. What is the recommended content, how to think about that content moving forward, and how your customers would read, understand, educate, and then be able to share that content and SEO value. We also then have more information on our social media, the ideas behind social media, the value of having these different platforms and accounts, and how you can utilize those accounts to connect with your potential customers. We also have all of our advertising value, so you can learn more about what the benefits of advertising your business on Google, social media, email campaigns, wherever there's different platforms of advertising. We can set up, create, customize, and optimize all those accounts for you. And then at the end of the day, what we do is we provide analytics. So on our analytic value page, you'll notice that for every client we've ever worked with, we install analytics. So from the day we start to the day we end up leaving that contract, you get to see all of the results that we've done during that time. And you can go back and compare those results. If you hire a different team, or you've had a previous team before us, you're able to see what we've done versus someone else. So it's a pretty big value in understanding the overall traffic, the conversions from your website, your social media, your reviews, your online sales, whatever you're going and tracking online. The analytics does not lie, and having that installed, running properly is extremely important. So you know if your marketing department is working its best for you. You'll see that over the years, I've gained a bit of experience in the marketing area. And what I've done recently is created new little Noggin Branding videos and talking about each of our services, the value of working with Noggin Branding, and some of the projects we've completed in the past. If you're a small business owner or you're a business that's looking to expand its marketing or advertising presence, you can contact us by filling out this form. It goes into a customization of what you're looking for, your number of employees, your annual revenue, and what types of services you're looking to expand upon. If you get in contact us, we'll get back with you. We'll set up a time to learn more about your business. We'll set up a custom pricing schedule and see if that would work and benefit with your business as well as your marketing that's ongoing right now. Some of the clients we work in unison with marketing departments, or the business owner lets us create our own strategy and campaign, and then we're able to show A and B differing results through analytics and see which marketing department is working best for your brand and business at that time. Over the last 10 years of running this small marketing agency, I have also kept up to date of what other bigger entities are offering for their marketing and advertising services, and then I have added and customized Noggin Branding's offerings to either accompany or add even more value than what I've seen in the marketplace. Now, in detail on my website, it might not be as clear as some of these other bigger brands, but in the conversations I have once I speak with you and learn more about your business, I can customize that plan for you and speak very clearly on the potential expected results, as well as what our strategy would look like for a quarter, half a year, or an entire year or longer, depending on what kind of a marketing strategy you're looking to do. A lot of people originally contact us to do a rebranding or a remarketing campaign. Rebranding your business is then coming up with new logos, basically a new entity, a new platform of what your business would be performing on. So when we get in contact with a lot of brands, we understand, again, if how that business is performing, if the company owners and staff are happy with those results, or if they want to completely wipe that entire old strategy down the drain and start with a new strategy and be very clean and clear in that process, as well as creating a new entity that would be more memorable with their customers and clients and maybe more relevant even. So as we're working with those brands and businesses, we're really trying to understand what has worked in the past and what hasn't. And then we can create that branding and marketing strategy moving forward with the owners and staff. And very quickly, the owners and staff are able to see the results in that conversion and transition from the old brand to the new brand. And as we work with those brands and they transition, they're able to then see their competitors in their spaces and see that they're now on a better, much better performing platform that's more relevant. They're getting the customers they want as well as the sales, and they're able to expand their brand, product, and service into new communities if that's what they're looking to do. A lot of businesses come to us and maybe they don't sell a product online. What we do is we take their retail presence and then we're able to duplicate that retail presence into an online presence and then create a website or social media account to then sell their products while they're sleeping. And so that retail business, instead of it having a rent every month and a cost or a mortgage, we're now being able to cover that with this additional online marketing and cover the cost of your mortgage and hopefully maybe even take you out of that retail presence and put you all online. So there's less cost to your business each month, but your business is making more, you're able to save more, and look into other opportunities with your business as you expand. Working with Noggin Branding, we can help you in that consulting process to best understand some of the accounting and the back end business, what your cost of goods are versus your sales, and see if those profit margins are beneficial for your business and products that you're offering. You might even want to work with us and look into other products to offer where your cost of goods would be lower and your profit margin would be higher, and you're able to sell more of those types of products with us. So by working with us and extending your brand, putting it online, having a properly working website with an e-commerce platform, and then setting up your social media channels so some of them are selling for you, as well as just creating that ongoing additional SEO value and extending the brand through social media, is kind of like, think of your website as the fishing boat and SEO is the fishing net and social media is all of the little individual fishing lines. And so that's how we kind of use those three things. Social media is the little fishing lines where you're constantly sending out fishing lines and bait, and you're pulling them back into that bigger net to hook them and then bring them to the boat. And the boat, again, is the website where all of the content, the food, the information for all of the fish are. And so we do this process where we start with the boat or the website as kind of the home base, the foundation. Everything that is needed for that business or brand lives and is housed there. Then the SEO is kind of the puller in a way, where it goes out and it blankets these marketplaces, and then it finds in the net which ones are relevant and which ones are interested in that brand, product, or service. And then we really see the social media as the fine-tune approach, where it's a very customized wording. The content is meant for very specific customers. And so Facebook, Instagram, your YouTube, or your blog, we're using all of those little individual fishing lines to then bring them back to the net, the SEO net, where it requalifies them, and then they land back on your website where they're qualified. They're then going to buy or purchase a service from you, and you've built and extended your brand that way. So the way that we see marketing is this kind of three-step process. And when I originally started Noggin Branding, the whole concept was to be a very inclusive, holistic approach to where you don't need another marketing agency to pull off what we're talking about. We can do everything in-house, and you don't need to hire one or two or three other agencies to pull off the work we're recommending. A lot of agencies out in the marketplace, they only build websites, or they only provide search engine optimization or just social media management. I personally feel if they're only offering those services, or one of those services, or two of those services, I honestly feel they're missing the value proposition of the entire marketing concept. By offering those three tiers, you're really seeing the entire brand, you're understanding the service and products from a very different angle. And as far as a marketing team, you're more involved in the process if you're driving traffic from social media to SEO to the website. Where if you're just a website builder, you don't care if the social media and SEO is hooked up and synced and working properly. You're just hoping your website is online and it gets paid. For me, in the process, I build the website, we drive traffic to the website, we rank that website for your brand name, your services and products, and whether that's local, regional, or national, it makes a very big difference. So by setting your business up in these other online directories, it really extends the service availability as well as the SEO range of where people are going to search and find you. Social media, in my mind, is just an unfair advantage because it's free. They're the biggest platforms. There's hundreds of millions or billions of people using some of these platforms. And again, you're able to go on there and connect with anyone you want. So now is the best time to utilize all of these different platforms. So a lot of other marketing people ask me, what am I looking to do in the next year, 2 years, and 5 years? Well, so my kind of take at the moment is I feel that what I've been doing for the last 10 years has worked extremely well. The websites, the SEO, the social media, all of that stuff is still ranking, getting sales, gaining traction online. And so the work I've done, it obviously has a sticking value to it. So my point now is to then fine tune that content approach, the social media approach, as well as the website. And now that I've built 400 plus companies, now I'm able to go in and say, well, this is what's worked in the past. Let's go see what some of these competitors are doing now. And let's think about the next year and 5 years of how we can set you up in a better space or apart from your competitors. So hopefully you're going to rank higher, you're going to get more sales and visibility for your services. The marketing space changes honestly every day and week based on content, memes, people talking and posting about certain videos, photos. There's different news things. Social media moves at such a quick pace. You kind of have to be up to date and be tracking all of this stuff to be relevant in my mind. And so depending if your clients are in the dental space or insurance or marketing or their banks or whatever their focus is, you're trying to find people of interest, influencers or other accounts that are sharing, educating, entertaining, as well as selling content. And so for my job, it's to go out and find, scrape, and pull, and then customize that content packages for our customers so they're getting a better result than their even competitors, hopefully, in time. So no matter what business you're in right now, I would recommend looking into how you can set up your business differently than your competitors, what marketing tools you can utilize for free or paid, and see which would be beneficial to try and save you time, have access for all of your business applications in one place if possible. And then think of the people that you see online, what do you like about what you see for their content or their marketing, and what stuff do you not like? And try and steer your content and your brand in that direction moving forward. If you're a real motivated person and you're trying to gain a new type of traction, you might even want to think of sitting down and thinking outside of the box and being like, what might be the future of these brands, this industry, what people might be looking for and needing in the future. And so as you're sitting down and evaluating your business or brand, you might want to think about how you could set aside some time and think about what your industry may be doing in the future, what other businesses or brands or competitors may be looking to offer in your space or industry in the next 6 months, year, or a couple years, and see if you can also be in that competing space as well. If not on top, and people are then trying to catch up to you. So a lot of people, depending on your business and your brand and your motivation and marketing, are looking at all different types of ways, tools, and places online where they might benefit their brand and extend this foundation that they're building at the moment. So some things that have worked for Noggin Branding is for our business to really gain traction, it was to go out and do a lot of networking. It was to make a lot of phone calls and connect and pitch people that would be interested in that business or your service. So what I would do is call businesses that I was interested in working with. I would research their business online if they had a presence online, and I would come up with a better concept of how to present an updated look and feel of their business and see if they would be interested in working with me in that manner. Over the years, a lot of business owners have asked me how I've been successful in the space and how I keep gaining traction and visibility. And honestly, a lot of it comes down to consistency. It's showing up, it's being active, it's being out in the community, it's helping the community, and really having the confidence in your brand, your service and product, and being able to show up in places where maybe people don't even expect you to show up, but you do, and you're willing and able to help people or just be there and support. So even though I may go to events, I might not try and gain clients out of them, but for me, it's visibility, it's brand recognition for Noggin Branding and Michael James. And so, there's been a lot of events where I go to and I'm not trying to gain any clientele. I'm just trying to network and meet people in the community and see if I can learn something or extend my brand and, network with other people in other ways. So that has been something that's worked really well for me in the past. As far as things that haven't worked for me, I'm trying to think of what hasn't worked very well, to be honest. I would say things that have not worked for me is when I get too busy and I have so many accounts that I have to manage and I'm not out in the community as much. That seems like then sometimes there might be a buffer where I might need to go to a couple more events or engage the community in a way that people, again, recognize and remember, oh yeah, Michael James and Noggin Branding, he does this marketing stuff. Or if you get bogged down for a month and you get a bunch of new projects and they, eat up all your time, you might not be out and active as much because you're just sitting there working all the time. And so for me, what's really helped is to, as I gain more and more clients and less of my time is available, what I'll do is I'll structure my day differently. So I'll have in-person meetings or I'll have events that I'll go to, and it'll structure my day so people will see me throughout the week or month more often than not. If I don't do that, again, I feel like the business slows down, it gains a little less traction, and I personally am just working more in the business. I'm not out networking and doing sales and connecting and educating people. I'm then just producing and working. So for me to have fun and not get bogged down and to feel that the business is growing and expanding, it's to get out in the community, it's to network, it's to make calls, it's to expand the business. If I don't do that, it feels very slow, feels a little boring, and I don't have as much going on. So that is some things that I've spoken with other marketers over the years, and we've had conversations of what's worked for them, what's hasn't worked for them, what's worked for me, and what hasn't worked for me as well. For me, it seems like the more active I am, the more I engage other people, and the more I engage events, and I'm out in the community, it seems to be beneficial for my business. So where do I see Noggin Branding in the future? Well, I really see it showing up in the same manner, offering additional support, additional services, and fine tuning new tools and resources that would be beneficial for any sized business. On top of what Noggin Branding offers, I've also started another startup called Solid Number, which there will be another Noggin Podcast, a full episode just on Solid Number, what it is, how it got started, and what the future of Solid Number would look like. So I would recommend you watching that next podcast and learning more about Solid Number, what Solid Number is. It's an all-in-one marketing and funding CRM. So imagine Salesforce on steroids. And then on the back end, we've created in this marketing and funding CRM access to over 500 bankers. So if you need to fund or finance anything from $500 up to $5 million, our lenders, once we get the application information we need from you, we're able to qualify your business, disperse those funds a lot quicker than currently your own bank most likely. If we are able to get the information we need from you, we're able to then schedule a time with you, hear your story, check out your financials, and disperse those funds to you within 1 to 3 days. So even people that we've worked with said, oh, our bank has the best rates and the quickest turnaround time. We've actually been able to outperform their own bank that they've been working with for 10, 20, 30 years. So due to our lenders, it's a bigger network, you can get better rates, and we disperse the funds a lot quicker than most banks or financial institutions at the moment. So with Noggin Branding, I kind of see myself adding Solid Number to the conversation, and on top of all of the marketing and branding, it's also then adding in some of these financial opportunities and resources that may or may not be of benefit to most businesses. So the next 1 to 5 years, I see Noggin expanding into a larger agency, having more employees and staff, having more subcontractors, and hopefully having a bigger presence on a national scale. I really appreciate you taking the time to learn more about Noggin Branding. This is the Noggin Podcast, episode number 3, and we just got done with episode number 3. So it is really exciting to have all of you new listeners, and hopefully you guys get some entertainment, some education, and a little motivation for yourself and hopefully your business as well. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, go to my website at noggincorp.com. You can contact me, and I'd love to chat with you, learn more about your business, what you're up to in life, and see if there's any ways I may or may not be able to help you. Again, thanks for watching the Noggin Podcast, episode number 3. We hope you have a great day, and remember to always use your noggin. Cheers, guys.